Transport is the lifeblood of commerce. That's a well-known saying. Today's program introduces you to a variety of different means of transporting goods. We visit a rail freight terminal and learn about carrying goods by road and rail. Moving house can be traumatic. This couple have to decide on the best means of transport for their belongings. We hear from the managing director of a road haulage company about transporting goods by road. And there's a new challenge for troubleshooter to transport some very special freight. This is the Willesden Euro Terminal in London. Alan Bennett is the Commercial Director of Rail Freight Distribution Limited.
Intermodal transport is about moving freight from a factory where it's produced to a warehouse or shop where the freight is required in a container without having to pack and repack the freight en route using a combination of transport modes, road and rail and perhaps sea. Intermodal transport is above all a partnership between the public sector, that's governments and local authorities, who invest in roads, who will invest in new freight terminals, and the private sector, that's freight forwarders, that's road transport operators. Our network links the regions of Great Britain, the north of Scotland, the West Country, Wales, to the railways of continental Europe via the Channel Tunnel.
Now let's look at some of that again. First, focus on facts. Intermodal transport uses containers for moving freight. What is the advantage of container transport?
Intermodal transport is about moving freight from a factory where it's produced to a warehouse or shop where the freight is required in a container without having to pack and repack the freight en route.
One of its advantages is that you don't have to pack and repack it en route. Intermodal is the term used to describe transportation using a variety of modes. What modes of transport does Alan Bennett talk about?
Using a combination of transport modes, road and rail and perhaps sea.
Intermodal uses a combination of transport modes, road, rail, and sometimes sea. And next, some vocabulary. Alan Bennett describes intermodal transportation as a partnership between the public sector and the private sector. Listen to his explanation.
Intermodal transport is above all a partnership between the public sector, that's governments and local authorities, who invest in roads, who will invest in new freight terminals.
The public sector includes government and local authorities who invest in roads and freight terminals.
And the private sector, that's freight forwarders, that's road transport operators.
The private sector includes companies like freight forwarders and road transport operators. The word network refers to the system of railways that covers the country.
Our network links the regions of Great Britain, the north of Scotland, the West Country, Wales, to the railways of continental Europe via the Channel Tunnel.
As well as driving cranes, Gareth Leslie is part of the management team at Willesden.
We've been in operation for around about 3 years since the Channel Tunnel opened, and we carry all sorts of goods, which can be anything from foodstuffs and fish and meats through to your everyday products which are used in the home, such as white goods, washing machines and tumble dryers and so forth, through to people's furniture and basically anything that is not explosive or is going to be dangerous to the Channel Tunnel.
The environmental advantages of rail freight are becoming increasingly important. A recent report has shown that by 2010, road congestion will have increased by 50% if nothing is done to shift freight from road to rail. One of our freight trains can take up to 50 lorries off the road. That means less road traffic, which means less road congestion. It means less exhaust emissions. But customer choice is based on economic criteria. We can offer faster transit times than road transport, and we can offer greater load security. Let me give you an example. If a load leaves Willesden, London at 10 o'clock tonight, it's Wednesday, it will have arrived in Milan at 6 o'clock on Friday morning.
Let's have a look at parts of that again. First, focus on facts. What kind of goods are transported by the intermodal system?
We carry all sorts of goods, which can be anything from foodstuffs and fish and meats.
They carry all sorts of goods, foodstuffs, including fish and meat,
through to your everyday products, which are used in the home, such as white goods, which are known as washing machines and tumble dryers and so forth.
white goods. That's household goods like washing machines and tumble dryers.
Through to people's furniture and basically anything that is not explosive or is going to be dangerous to the Channel Tunnel.
They don't carry explosives or dangerous goods. Now, a look at language forms. The future perfect tense can be used to predict the future.
A recent report has shown that by 2010, road congestion will have increased by 50% if nothing is done to shift freight from road to rail.
A report has shown that by the year 2010, road congestion will have increased by 50% if nothing is done. The future perfect tense can also be used to give definite information about the future.
If a load leaves Willesden, London at 10 o'clock tonight, it's Wednesday, it will have arrived in Milan at 6 o'clock on Friday morning.
If a load leaves Willesden at 10 o'clock tonight, it will have arrived in Milan at 6 o'clock on Friday morning. Katie and Joel have just bought a house. They have to decide how to move their belongings from their flat to their new home.
Let's make up our minds. Are we going to get a removals company to do the move for us, or are we going to do it ourselves?
It depends on costs. What will it cost us?
I've got quotations from 3 different companies here. 2 of them are very similar. One is quite a lot more expensive.
I see what you mean. I wonder why that one's more expensive than the others.
You see, if we pack everything ourselves, the glass and china and the kitchen equipment, it will cost us that much. If we get them to pack as well as move the furniture, it will cost us this much. And if they unpack at the other end, it will cost this much.
Let's get them to do everything. I hate packing and unpacking.
Or we could hire a van for the day and do everything ourselves. It really would be much cheaper. I'm sure we could manage.
Oh no, it's dreadfully hard work.
Look, if we hire a van for the day, it would cost us this much. That's a fraction of what it would cost to have a removals firm.
But how are we going to move all this stuff? And have you ever driven a van like that?
I wonder if Frank is free that day. I'm sure he would help us. He could help move the furniture.
No, really, it's not a good idea. Well done, boys. That was... Be careful.
Let's take a closer look at some of that. First, some facts about moving house. What are the two possibilities that they have to choose between?
Are we going to get a removals company to do the move for us, or are we going to do it ourselves?
They can get a removals company to do the move for them, or they can do it themselves. Next, some vocabulary. If you want to know the cost of having work done, you ask for an estimate, which is an approximate sum, or a quotation, which is a definite sum.
I've got quotations from 3 different companies here.
Next, a look at language forms. I wonder why.
I wonder why that one's more expensive than the others.
I wonder why that one's more expensive than the others. And I wonder if.
I wonder if Frank is free that day. I'm sure he would help us.
I wonder if Frank is free that day. Next, some conditional sentences. The first conditional with present and future tenses.
You see, if we pack everything ourselves, the glass and china and the kitchen equipment, it will cost us that much.
If we pack everything ourselves, it will cost us that much.
Look, if we hire a van for the day, it would cost us this much.
If we hire a van for the day, it will cost us this much. Well, that was bad enough, but there's worse to come.
So where the hell are we exactly?
Well, we should have turned off.
Yes, we should have turned off back there. Give me the map. Here it is. Here it is. If you hadn't been listening to the radio, then maybe you'd have seen and maybe you'd have alerted me to it. But no, instead it's my fault, isn't it? I will.
Look, who put that in there?
Ah, yes, it's all my fault. I should have known.
I am totally exhausted. I told you we should have got the removals company to do it.
But you saw the cost of it too.
They wouldn't have dropped the television set and broken a leg of the table. Think what that's going to cost us.
Well, you're always right.
You should listen to me. If you had listened to me, we wouldn't have taken the wrong turning and we wouldn't have got lost in the middle of nowhere. I can't believe it. Look at this. Half the dinner service is broken.
What a mess.
You see, I told you. This is what happens when you do it yourself. Oh, we shouldn't have packed this ourselves. Now I'm going to have to get it replaced. I just hope it's covered by the insurance.
What a day. Well, we did save some money.
Yes, but was it worth it?
Let's spend some of it on a meal out. I think we deserve it.
Let's take a close-up on some of that. First, language forms. When something has gone wrong and you feel you made the wrong decision, use should have.
We should have got the removals company to do it.
We should have got the removals company to do it.
We shouldn't have packed this ourselves.
We shouldn't have packed this ourselves. If you want to point out to somebody what they did wrong, you can use the third conditional, like this.
If you had listened to me, we wouldn't have taken the wrong turning.
If you had listened to me, we wouldn't have taken the wrong turning.
And we wouldn't have got lost in the middle of nowhere.
If you had listened to me, we wouldn't have got lost in the middle of nowhere. And some wordplay. Nobody likes to be in the wrong, and Joel, here, is being ironic.
Well, you're always right.
You're always right. But he is horrified to see the broken china. Listen to the exclamation.
What a mess.
What a mess! And Katie has another go at him.
You see, I told you.
I told you. She could also say, I told you so. Dockspeed is an international road haulage company which specialises in the transportation of refrigerated products. Andy Ingleston started the business 11 years ago with one lorry and the help of the Prince's Youth Business Trust. Today, Dockspeed has 27 lorries, 62 drivers, and an annual turnover of over £7 million.
We made a conscious decision to position this company in an area of the marketplace which was not of interest to the larger companies within this sector. We now offer overnight groupage services to every capital city in Europe. We collect product from all different collection points throughout the UK and we group it together on site here, and that's an industry phrase is groupage, for bringing several consignments together to make into one full vehicle.
Dockspeed carries goods that must be delivered quickly and on time, perishable products that have a short shelf life.
We have, for example, 3 vehicles leave every evening for Brussels, 4 for Paris, and they carry anything from small samples to full loads. That means that we could be sending a vehicle on a quiet night with a shoebox full of pizzas. Now, that is not the sort of business that would lend itself to the railways. They are interested in large amounts of traffic that will fill 100 rail wagons.
The control room has to keep the lorry fleet busy every day of the year by arranging for goods to move around Europe's highways in the most efficient way possible.
The control room is manned from 5 o'clock in the morning until midnight via a shift system. There's a constant communication flow, updating customers of where their product is, what time deliveries were made, accepting orders, processing orders, because as an order is received, it has to be logged into our computer system, producing documentation. Obviously, route planning is particularly important. You've got to be in a situation where you don't have vehicles passing each other and wasting diesel. Empty vehicles cost money. We've got to be planning for when that vehicle's empty to get him a reload to come back, be it to the UK or come back to the depot.
In the interest of safety, the drivers are strictly regulated. They can only drive for 9 hours a day. The tachograph makes sure that there is no overtime.
This is a tachograph chart. This is the tachograph. Each one of these traces shows the speed at which the driver is travelling. At the top there we can see the driver's average speed for his journey for that particular day.
Tachographs have to be carefully examined, and with 27 vehicles and 62 drivers, there's an awful lot of charts coming in every week which have to be examined.
In this highly regulated and complex business, Dockspeed has been a great success story. Why?
There's no substitute in any business for hard work. We like to think that we can triumph in the face of adversity. Flexibility is important, good staff are important, pay people well, you get good staff, and make it organised so that everybody feels part of the team.
If you have a job of work to be done, like moving house, you will probably ask several companies to give you a quotation. Britannia Chapman's is a company of movers, storers and shippers. This quotation shows the address where the couple are moving from and the address they are moving to. It sets out the services of packing and the cartons and containers that the company will supply. It gives the cost, the VAT or value added tax, the cost of insurance, and the total cost. It also states the terms of payment, to be made 7 days in advance of the removal.
I've been looking forward to this assignment for such a long time. You see, I have a very sweet tooth. Toffees, fudge, chocolates, sugar, mice. I love them all.
This is an urgent consignment and a very important one. It could mean a lot of new business for us. Marshmallows.
Marshmallows? Oh, marshmallows. But where are they going to?
The Grand Duchy of Luxembourg.
The Grand Duchy of Luxembourg? It must be a very special occasion.
Any means of transportation that you like, road or rail, sea or air, but they must be there by 5 o'clock this afternoon. It's 10 o'clock already. Can you do it?
Will there be any free samples?
Yes, as many as you want. But they must be there by 5 o'clock. Can you do it?
Of course I can, my dear lady.
That's my man. Here's the paperwork. Off you go.
Thank you very much. Goodbye. What did she say? By road, rail, sea, or air? Well, I'm going to try by road. Ollie! Ollie! Oh dear. I thought I heard a train. But how am I going to get across there? A boat! Oh! Now, shipping is a very important means of transportation. This is not exactly a container ship, but it will have to do. Right, off we go. You didn't think I could do it, did you? A life on the ocean wave. Hey, you!
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I want a freight train. Is there a freight train coming?
I'm afraid we only operate a passenger service, sir. But if you want to carry the freight, we will let you do this for the price of another ticket.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. Right, good. This is the life for me. Transportation, the lifeblood of commerce. Where can I get an aeroplane?
Oh, Lyd Airport. That's just a couple of miles up the road. Turn right, straight up the road.
Hey, you! Where do you think you're going? You can't just climb on board. There's customs to be cleared yet. Come on. With me. In. Now, papers. Go.
There's the airway bill, packing list, invoice, certificate of origin, and of course the certificate of insurance. I think that's enough documents, don't you? They are marshmallows destined for the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg.
Well, that aeroplane was going to Touquet. We don't fly to Luxembourg.
You don't fly to Luxembourg? And this is very urgent. What can I do?
Well, you could charter a plane at a price.
Charter a plane? All for myself? But it would cost the earth. Oh. Just think of all those marshmallows, those free-sampled... All right. I'll do it. Whatever the price.
Cloud 230 is cleared by London. Climb on track to Luxembourg. Climbing to flight level 60. London frequency 124.2.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it, Molly? Oh, yummy!
That's all on the subject of transportation. Remember that you can find vocabulary, texts, grammar, and exercises in your student's book. Next week's programme will be on the subject of insurance, something that concerns most of us in some way. Be with us for that.